So this is one of those episodes you knew I had to review. So I figured since I already did yearbook and creativity, and this episode came out in between those episodes, why not review this one next? Lucaya Feels incoming. What's going on, YouTube? So the episode starts off with Riley being upset that Lucas hasn't asked her to the semi-formal. Also, right off the bat, I see something that I forgot about, and this is why I love watching episodes over again. It either refreshes your memory, or you catch things that you just didn't see the first time around at all. So Riley has a notebook, and on the front of it, it says, Riley loves Lucas forever, while the back of it says Riley and Lucas were just friends. Foreshadowing, maybe? Maybe they go through the together forever stage before realizing that they're better off as friends. And this is not the first potential clue pointing in that direction either. There's another one in the pilots, and there's another one I believe in another episode. Just something to think about. So now it's time for the class to watch an old film about the semi-formal. And like the movie states, the semi-formal is the dance that determines the rest of your life. Really? The same dance that Lucas has yet to ask Riley to? That dance? I mean, just so we're clear here. And the Sally girl in the movie is supposed to be Riley, while Billy is supposed to be Lucas. But he's not Lucas because Billy didn't wait 10 months to ask his girl to the most important dance ever, because he didn't just assume that they were going. And Eric makes a return to the show in one of his rare guest appearances, being hilarious as usual. And remember, Eric runs for the Senate now, and he already got elected by this episode. And he's there to meet with a bad guy from the bad gas line pipeline company, but little does he know who that guy is, but we'll get into that later. So now it's time for Lucas to ask Riley out. But instead, it's Charlie that steps up and asks Riley to the semi-formal, with that very creepy yet charming-like vibe. But Riley turns him down in some lame excuse that wasn't true that Lucas also overheard. Poor Charlie, treated like some friend zone chump since day one over a boy. But I love how Charlie confronts Lucas on him waiting 10 months to ask Riley, and Lucas said that he thought that they were already going. I guess he figured he didn't need to worry about anybody else asking Riley out. I don't know whether to call that egotistical or lazy or non-caring. These are all characteristics of a boy though, so let's just go with that. So now Riley is caught in a lie that she can't even go to the dance. How does she get out of this one? I'm asking you guys this like you don't already know, but I'm trying to keep the suspense alive the best I can. And now we get to see Jack again for the first time since Boy Meets World. Eric's old best friend, for those of you who don't know or forgot. And it turns out that Jack is the evil guy from the evil company that is there to buy Eric's vote. Small world. And we find out officially that Jack is no longer with Rachel. So that relationship is officially put to rest, for anyone who actually cared. And he tells an interesting story about life preparing him to make the right decisions later in life. But then he grew up, got faced with another choice, and made the wrong decision. Could this little story have anything to do with the current/X triangle that's going on right now? More on this later. So after Riley explains to her parents about the fantasy that she thought would happen with her and Lucas, and how he would ask her out in a way that she had planned in her head, Maya says that she thinks Riley is a little confused on how she feels. Remember now, this is when the whole brother-sister storyline is still going on, and Riley is the one that's confused here, not Maya. Before they completely flipped it later, but let me stay on topic. And when Riley asks Maya what she felt when she was Riley, Maya is silent because she knows that what she felt was Riley and Lucas being more like brother and sister than girlfriend and boyfriend. What happened to those feelings, huh, writers? Huh? What happened to it? What's the point of even going down this route if, okay, I'ma just calm down. Calm down, Smurf. Sorry, but it's kind of hard for me to review some of these older episodes knowing what I know now. So now it's time to go to the dance and pick between Lucas and Charlie. And I love the constant tension between Lucas and Charlie, even though they worked out their differences and became quote-unquote friends. So after Eric brings Jack to the school to relive the old days, Riley asks, how do you love two people differently? And Jack tells his story about Rachel and the triangle that they had. And Rachel liked Jack as a boyfriend and Eric as a brother. Clearly they're doing this to foreshadow the future. This isn't one of those sneaky foreshadowing moments. They're literally putting it out in the open for even the blind kids to see. And I remember being so excited when I first saw this. The writers are either ship-teasing scumbag or Lucaya is in game. There is literally no way around that. And as soon as Eric says that she liked him as a brother, Riley smiles with a sense of relief and acknowledgement on her face. Like, she gets it now. And Rachel hasn't seen Jack in a really long time, but her and Eric always talk. Another little interesting tidbit. I hope that doesn't mean that Lucaya will get together eventually, but break up eventually and then never talk again like Jack and Rachel. So now it's time to dance. And what a cringe fest dance that it was. And remember, this is the dance that determines everyone's lives in the future, according to the school film itself. And who ends up dancing together? First, it starts off with Lucas and Riley, but that quickly ends and turns into Lucas and Maya ending up dancing together. And oh my god, I forgot how cringeworthy these dance moves were. I mean, they were basically just jumping up and down. I think even Maya made me cringe for like the first time ever. Jesus Christ. So overall, all I really have to say to this episode is how dare you? How dare you make such a Lucaya-filled and promised episode? Fast forward, and now the worst ship of all time is together instead. Unless this is all a part of some greater Lucaya magic that is still in the works, I will expose you guys for the ship-teasing frauds that you are. So keep that in mind. But overall, based off this episode itself and nothing else, this was a fantastic episode. One of my favorite episodes in the whole series, but certainly in season 2. And if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would rate it a 9.2 out of 10. And after watching this again, I want to say that it's almost obvious that they changed the storyline midway through. At some point, I don't know when, but at some point, it was changed. It had to be. Otherwise, I don't see how you can go from one extreme direction and then the other. I mean, first they were hinting at Lucas and Riley being better off as friends or brother and sister, and then they go in the direction of Maya never liking Lucas. You cannot tell me that this was all planned with no changes to the storyline at all. Bull. Now maybe Lucaya is still in game, but they aren't happening in the original way that it looked like they were. It looks like to me that they planned on ending the whole Rukus saga early, but then decided to extend it. That's what it looks like to me. Now, did they decide to extend it permanently or temporarily is the only question. According to some rumors I heard about Girl Meets Goodbye though, I'm leaning towards temporary. But I'm done talking. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in supporting my channel so I can make many more videos for you guys going forward, check out that Patreon link in the description box. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.